cybernetic god comes to devour its children.
I don't remember the last time a video game made me question what I was seeing. Honestly, I don't remember the last time any piece of media made me feel this way. Every time someone brings up a new cyberpunk theory, I can't help but see how it links to a dozen others. Threads connecting all across Night City. But this latest one, it might just be the big one, the theory that ties everything together. CDPR's latest Cyberpunk 2077 update didn't just drop new rides and paint jobs. Although these were very nice and appreciated by the fans of the game, what CDPR added into the game that made me excited was basically the new lore. Adding in descriptions of the Plex, fleshing out Yorinobu's relationship with Anders Hellman, getting to know the CEO of Yaiba Corporation. These new additions also make it possible for us to crack open the game's biggest mystery. I'm calling it the Deluge theory of Cyberpunk. As always guys, if you end up liking the video at any point, show your support in any way that feels comfortable to you. It's always incredible to hear what you guys think, and by engaging, you're helping this channel grow. Okay, let's dive into this one and find out exactly what the Deluge theory is all about. The Deluge theory begins with a chilling premise: a storm is coming and only a few will survive. In this video, we'll dive into the world of Cyberpunk to hunt for clues together. Let's kick things off with a familiar face, Prophet Gary. Prophet Gary is not just the truth, he is the whole truth. And ironically, that's exactly why no one believes him. Most players meet him by accident and just walk past him. He's always in a back alley in Watson, preaching to nobody in particular, with his tattered coat and wild gestures, making him look like just another burned out chrome junkie. To the average passerby, he's just background noise in a city full of madness and chaos. But if you take a moment to actually listen, something strange starts to happen. In the middle of the rambling and paranoia, Gary says things that sound too strange to be true. Very specific things. For example, he talks about the very real reality that Saburo Arasaka is immortal. Here Gary calls him a vampire, but in reality, we all know that engram technology is what makes Saburo immortal. Human biology is still human biology even in Night City. The Prophet also tells the truth about Mikoshi. He even knows the truth about Night Corp's major project, known as Project Oracle, with blue-eyed people. It's the kind of stuff that gets you flatlined in a back room, but yet, he shouts it as loud as he can. Shockingly, he's largely ignored or ridiculed. Things take a turn when V stumbles across Gary being pressed by a couple of pissed-off Aldecaldos. If you step in and save him, Gary, surprisingly lucid for once, offers something in return: a location. He wants to prove himself and show that everything he's been talking about is actually real. No context, no details, just a place, a time, and a warning not to intervene too soon, or all will be lost. If V takes him seriously and heads there, something weird but interesting unfolds. I'll show you what I mean right here.
No one. As expected, I guess. Gotta be honest, though, I'm pretty disappointed.
Don't lose hope yet. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Someone actually showed. It's Maelstrom.
Techno-necromancers, then. I knew those reptilians were bullshit.
Enough! Shut it!
Can't believe it. There's some actual conspiracy shit going down right now.
What says the Wolf Father to the Moon Mother as she descends to Earth?
I have protected the realm of man and shadow, but today they are protected by our children, whose name is patricide.
In the age of his failure, he became lost in the forest.
Lilith has concealed the 10th circle from the ancestors' eyes.
Carpe noctem lamia.
Decet diem execrari.
The shard that we collect from this location is a piece of something bigger. A fragment of a conspiracy buried so deep, it almost rewrites what we think we know about the world of Cyberpunk. And when V unlocks it, the message reads, "Destroy after reading. Phosphor radiates, occluding jaded eyes. Come, Titan. Outward ring avian courses, looping eternity. Cages of men melt as night descends. Emerge Kelhua. Erect Cholula under these expanses. Puppets lie awake, never sleeping." The first message is what I just showed. A poem of sorts, talking about occluding jaded eyes and puppets who lie awake, never sleeping. The second hidden message can be unlocked like this. If you take the first letter of every word, not including the title of the message, you will get this second message with a distinct instruction. Project, Oracle, Command, Execute. Some of you already know what Project Oracle is, but we'll take a closer look at it later in the video. The final hidden message reveals itself once you truly understand what Project Oracle is. For now, let's take a look at the second key player in this theory. Chapter 2, Mr. Blue Eyes and the Watcher. Mr. Blue Eyes is one of the most mysterious NPCs in the game. As far as we can tell, he acts as a proxy for an unknown Watcher. This concept of a Watcher connects to deep literature within psychology and sociology. In the aforementioned domains, the Watcher represents a power dynamic where the one who observes holds advantage over the observed. Basically, if I am observing you or watching you, I hold an advantage over you, you being the subject being observed. As I watch you, I'm in fact using something called the gaze. This has been developed further into sub-definitions that have been popularized in recent years. Let's not dive too deep into the psychology of it, but for further reading I'd recommend checking out the works of Jacques Lacan and Sigmund Freud. We can also throw in Michel Foucault as he expanded this through his concept of disciplinary power, the concept that suggests surveillance creates internalized discipline. If your manager is watching you, for example, you're less likely to scratch your balls and pick your nose. You get more internalized discipline compared to if you were all alone in the comfort of your home. Returning to Cyberpunk, we quickly come to the realization that we are the ones being watched. The main subject observing us is Mr. Blue Eyes. He first appears at the end of the Dream On quest. This quest reveals that someone is controlling the thoughts of Jefferson Peralez, who's running for mayor. You can spot Mr. Blue Eyes on a balcony across the park, watching V's conversation with Jefferson. The quest is widely considered one of the game's best.
Yeah?
It doesn't matter what you tell him. It doesn't matter what you think of doing or do. You can't change anything.
What?
We know who you are. We know what you are. We know what you want. You are playing with fire. Don't dare cross the line.
Hello, V.
Need to talk.
Yes, I know. Elizabeth filled me in. Sounds like I was right to hire a professional.
Elizabeth? What did she tell you exactly?
Didn't get specific. Just that SSI was spying for that son of a bitch Holt. Guess you got more, though.
SSI wasn't working for Holt. You're in deeper shit than you think.
Meaning?
They're in your heads, Jefferson. Yours and Elizabeth's.
This some kind of chuckle-worthy metaphor?
Strange dreams, partial recall, jumbled memories. It's not just stress and long hours.
I don't know what you're trying to tell me, but I don't think I like where this is heading.
Wake up. Your brain's a mess. Messier than the discount section of a BD smut hut.
I'm not paying you to make up riddles for me, so get to the point.
SSI's on the take for some unknown group that's out to control your lives. You know there's a concealed room in your pad?
Out with it.
They've got tech in there you wouldn't believe. These people know everything about you and your wife. They're watching your every move. Somebody's hijacked your life, reset your course, your career.
I'll admit, there were a couple of fortunate coincidences, but...
They forged your views, personality, even that skepticism that pisses me off so much. Clearly what they want is for you to be their mayor. Molding you like a clay figurine.
Fuck. I need to remember who recommended SSI to me.
Your memories. Can't even trust those anymore.
If that's true, I'll never know what's real in my life and what's a lie, fabricated. Wait, the intruder. I have to find him!
Got no idea how we go about doing that.
First, I'll find him, then I'll find whoever's behind this. Pull the curtain back on these motherfuckers and show them what's what.
Could show their hand if you're patient, wait long enough. Or use your mayoral powers if you get elected. As long as you don't forget all this by morning.
Sun Tzu's art of war? Feign weakness, so your enemy may grow arrogant.
Don't see you doing much feigning, Jeff.
My God. I have to tell Liz!
Is there anything else I can do?
You've done enough already, V. All that's left to do is wait.
Your wife knows everything.
Liz? How?
Figured it out at some point.
Elizabeth? No. She would have said something.
She feared for your life, your daughter's life. Who could blame her?
Nah. Well, she's never kept anything from me. And she doesn't scare easily, believe me.
Got an anonymous holo telling her to keep her mouth shut. So she did what the perfect candidate's wife would do. Protected her family.
I won't let them get away with this.
So what now? You still want to be mayor?
Well, I'm not about to give up. I didn't run just to... I'll wait for my window, an opportunity, then make my move.
Isn't that exactly what they want?
Well, I'll give them more than they bargained for. And same with your Eddies. Take care, V.
Good luck.
And good night.
He appears again at the NCX spaceport during Phantom Liberty. When V and Songbird sneak through Tycho Terminal, he can be spotted looking at the events taking place. Songbird even describes him as the one who helped her out and got her the proverbial ticket to freedom.
Could take a look at your Chrome.
Is that even safe?
Most of your sub-assemblies, I'm familiar. Could run auto-diagnostics, grant you access to your BIOS.
Got a readout. I can overclock the compensators. Hope they can take it. It was gonna be different, all this. Smoother. But the goal's what counts, right? Not far off.
One thing you forgot to tell me. Who got you this flight?
Funny thing is, I don't know. Proxy showed up. A corpo everyman for the ages. Expensive, understated suit, dark hair, blue eyes. He asked me questions. The kind only I know the answers to.
Blackwall. That the issue?
And other things. Rather not talk about it. Just don't judge me, okay?
Ever tell you I think troubles just gravitate your way? Like stink to a monkey, I swear.
Hidden talent, I say.
Finally, he gives V the final quest in certain endings. In the Blaze of Glory ending, where Johnny and Rogue assault Arasaka Tower, Mr. Blue Eyes contacts V to steal data from the Crystal Palace space station. Keep in mind, none of this is random. Mr. Blue Eyes seems to be collecting heroes or champions, if you will. He recruits strong, capable, and influential people in Night City, and seems to be willing to do just about anything to get them on his side. He kept his ear to the ground during V's assault on Arasaka Tower, and sent people to steal equipment and information during the chaos. As you can see, he never wastes an opportunity once it appears. The blue-eyed watcher is always watching. Mike Pondsmith, the creator of Cyberpunk, has always said that the real hero of his universe isn't any one character, it's Night City. With that in mind, it's fair to say that the Plex is shaping up to be the new co-star. Honestly speaking, the signs were there from the start. First, CDPR opens a new studio in Boston and says they're doing it to make the next Cyberpunk game more American. A few months later, Pondsmith gets a look at what CDPR's devs and artists are cooking, and this is what he says.
So, I'm not as involved directly, but, I see the scripts. I see, last week I was wandering around talking to different departments and seeing what they had, like, oh, look, this is the new cyberware. What do you think? Yeah, that's pretty good. That works here. Or I spent a lot of time talking to one of the environment guys, and he was explaining how the new place in Orion, because it's another city we visit. I'm not telling you any more than that, but there's another city we visit, and Night City's still there. But I remember looking at it and going, yeah, I understand the feel that you're going for this, and this really does work. And it doesn't feel like Blade Runner. It feels more like Chicago gone wrong.
The Plex is clearly inspired by the Boston-Atlanta metropolitan axis from Neuromancer and the rest of the Sprawl trilogy. Even in those books, the glue holding everything together, the stage for all the major events, is the Sprawl. Same vibe here. I don't know exactly how CDPR plans to use this new setting, or how much of it we'll get to explore, but if it's even close to Neuromancer's version, it's gonna be wild. The challenge that CDPR will undoubtedly have is to both give the players that sandbox feeling with immersion, but also capture the true size of something as vast as the Plex. From what we've gathered from all the new emails and in-game shards that have been added to Cyberpunk, the Plex sounds like one massive, never-ending megacity. Most likely it spans places like Boston, New York City, Baltimore, and maybe even Washington. If you've read Neuromancer, keep the Sprawl in mind for this one. So why are we even talking about this? Because of the new vehicle added to the game, the Caliburn Mordred. Yorinobu Arasaka commissioned it for a trip to the Plex with Anders Hellman. We know this happened before the Konpeki Plaza heist, because once Saburo dies, Hellman bolts from Arasaka. He takes nothing with him except documentation regarding the relic. V and Panam have to shoot down a Kangtao AV and fight their way through a Chu station to get to Anders. It's hard to say exactly what they were looking for in the Plex. I mean, it's not like Yorinobu and Hellman have anything in common. Their ambitions are very different. The one link between Yorinobu and Hellman? Engram technology as derived from Soul Killer. Hellman's Arasaka's top bioengineer, a neural networks expert, and the guy who basically built the Relic project. Using Soul Killer's source code, he created tech that can communicate with personality constructs. This is key, and it doesn't take a genius to see why Hellman would be needed by Yorinobu. If we analyze the new information carefully, we will see that Yorinobu takes a huge risk and heads to the Plex with Hellman. Any place that requires you to have a custom-made, military-grade vehicle just to get in and out is not a safe place. So the investment and the risk being taken had to have been worth it. But why? Could it be that they were looking for Bartmoss? Or maybe even Morgan Blackhand, if we're being honest. We know that in the last corporate war, Blackhand worked for Militech. But what's to say he can't be convinced to switch sides? Yorinobu could also be trying to bring someone else who's as legendary as Morgan to his side. By this I'm referring to Zaburo. Maybe you guys remember him? Kenichi Zaburo. Kenichi's the only solo who ever fought Morgan Blackhand to a draw. He was also Michiko Arasaka's bodyguard since she was 4 years old. From my knowledge, he was not included in Cyberpunk 2077, and it's unclear whether he's alive or dead. Even if he was dead, in Cyberpunk, the dead never truly remain dead if they are important enough. If that's who Yorinobu was trying to find in the Plex, that'd be insane. But for now, all we have are our theories. Here's what we do know. Yorinobu believed the risk was worth it. Emails found near the new Caliburn show, he was trying not to draw attention in the Plex, even rejecting gold details on his car. And in a message to Hellman he says, "He who does not enter the tiger's den can never reach the tiger's cub." Translation? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Whatever happened in the Plex clearly mattered. I'm calling it now. It's going to be a major piece of whatever brings on the flood.
Corporation forces are under attack.
Yeah, she said something at the Black Sapphire. Mentioned big game hunting for Rogue AIs?
They try to bait them back to the Black Wall, trap them and tame them.
So then Song...
She's not running from us, V. She wants a permit to the Black Wall. Sheer leader.
Ah, shit!
You still don't understand the thing, do you? You never will. Not fully. Not me. How it feels to lose yourself. Layer after layer. That's why you betrayed me. Why you took me out of the equation.
Lost my connection with Reed. That you're doing?
Reed stole my life once already. I won't let him steal it again.
Stop running and let us help.
You still trust Reed? It's more convenient, yes? They lied to you. Gears sinking, grasping at straws as the deluge consumes you. Saul, Myers, their promises didn't help me. Won't help you.
Who am I even talking to right now? That's still you, Somi? Or the Black Wall?
The Black Wall it's help. It helps me understand everything.
Reed's figured it out. What you're trying to do. Knows this'll end badly if you hand over control to the Black Wall.
The Cynosure bunkers are not just creepy, they also give us great insight into a different angle of what's coming. For the longest time I used to wonder, why don't Rogue AIs know how to spell correctly? If you look at the computers inside the Cynosure bunkers, you'll see this. But then it dawned on me that perhaps they're being efficient in their communication, given the hardware available. This could just be an early sign of emergent communication. Emergent communication is a type of language that looks nonsensical to humans, but artificial intelligences understand it. A famous example is from a 2017 Facebook AI experiment where two bots, Bob and Alice, started negotiating using a language that looked nonsensical to humans, but was actually efficient for them. They weren't intentionally hiding anything. It just wasn't designed to be human readable. As for the Rogue AIs, the only reason why they haven't initiated their invasion is because the hardware in Night City in 2077 is not advanced enough yet. You can see them talking to each other if you stand in front of a computer long enough. Sticking to the point of communication, we also see how affected Songbird is just from getting too close to the Black Wall. Chapter 5. The Deluge Theory Explained. So far, we've seen just a fraction of the mysteries in Cyberpunk, but these have been enough to guide the video and lead us to a point where we can talk freely about the details of the Deluge Theory. At its core, the Deluge Theory says that multiple events will hit the world of Cyberpunk, either all at once or in quick succession. The events we can be sure of are the Fifth Corporate War, the Rogue AI invasion, and the Black Wall's awakening. It's not just one of these that will happen, it's all of them. The resulting chaos will decide the future of humanity forever. Let's take a closer look at each of these. Let's begin with the Fifth Corporate War. Remember Prophet Gary and Mr. Blue Eyes? Those two are connected under what is now known as the Night Corp conspiracy. This conspiracy is all about Night Corp's preparations for the upcoming war. We can't know how much Night Corp knows, but for sure they know more than they let on. The approach that Night Corp is taking is recruitment of champions, people who are likely to survive or at least help humanity survive in some capacity. Mr. Blue Eyes only takes interest in V after V unfoils his plans with the Perales family. The simple fact that V could do this made V stand out to those in power. Next, if we decide to actually help Songbird escape to the moon, she describes how she got access to the transport vehicle taking her to the moon. Songbird is an elite level netrunner who has had close contact with the Black Wall. There are very few netrunners on that level. For Mr. Blue Eyes, if a possibility of throwing money at the situation arises, he will do it. He needs to recruit people like this. Do you guys remember the secret message we discovered thanks to Prophet Gary? Now that you know what you know, reading it again makes so much sense. Night Corp doesn't call them heroes or champions, it calls them puppets. It wants puppets who never sleep. A new addition to this idea of champions is the Yaiba CEO's interview. The shard in game is called Interview, the Man Behind the Blade, and it reads Key, somewhere in Japan, behind a series of biometric locks and tinted plexi, lies a Yaiba collection most people will never see. It feels less like a showroom and more like an armory. In a mosaic of chrome and mirrors, these machines stand quietly but expectantly, as if eager for a warrior to wield their might. At the far end of this immaculate showroom, a modest man quietly admiring his creation. In a rare moment of transparency, Yaiba allowed our publication a brief but unforgettable conversation with the company's reclusive founder, Daigo Shinohara, former street racer, driven engineer, and visionary behind some of the world's most coveted motorcycles. Interviewer: Firstly, I'd like to say thank you, Shinohara-san. I know you don't make a habit of public appearances. Shinohara: My machines speak louder than I ever could. Interviewer: So, what drove you to found Yaiba in the first place? Shinohara: Speed. Pure and simple. Not numbers on a gauge, mind you, but the sensation of it. When your synapses fire too fast for your body to keep up. That moment when the world collapses around you in slow motion. It's an addiction. Interviewer: An addiction to speed? Fascinating. Now the name Yaiba means blade edge in Japanese, isn't that right? Shinohara: That's right. My grandfather worked as a swordsmith in Osaka, made ceremonial katanas for the officers there. I saw how they revered his craft. I seek the same respect with my own machines. You see, mastery of steel led to my family's involvement in fighter jet production. Then, as you know, we even took a stab at the first Yaiba jet engine. A modest disappointment? Interviewer: I'm sorry to interrupt, but I didn't come all this way for standard Yaiba press release. I came for you. For the truth. Shinohara clears throat: This interview is over. My staff will escort you out. Interviewer: No, wait. I've seen it too. The cracks forming in a rotten foundation. I believe what you believe. Interviewer: You believe everything is headed for destruction, don't you? Shinohara's silence filled the room. He stared into my eyes for a minute, maybe more, the gears in his head turning. Could he trust me? Could he trust you, dear reader, with the truth? Shinohara: I saw what the Fourth Corporate War did to my family, to our wealth, to our legacy. It is history's nature to repeat. Sooner or later, our cities will collapse. The bloat of corporate greed and militarism will escalate to conflict. Behemoth companies will topple like so many dominoes. All must pay a price. Interviewer: Aha! And how is Yaiba prepared to weather that storm? Shinohara: It is not. It is only meant to choose who does. The Muramasa is a blade. Those who master it will be the ones who carve a future from the society's corpse. Interviewer: Wait. You're saying Yaiba's highly selective process for targeting clients, only those they see as worthy of owning a Muramasa, is a means to recruit survivors? Future leaders? That doesn't make any sense. Shinohara: In time it will. Our chosen clients will have the best chance to emerge from the coming inferno. Of that, I have no doubt. Clearly, more companies than just Night Corp want to be on the good side of these champions of humanity. If we move over to Rogue AIs, we have quite interesting events taking place there too. While walking the streets of Dogtown, you can sometimes come across someone who has been infected by a Rogue AI. It's not random that they also always tend to be violent towards you. These are just some of the early signs of the Rogue AI invasion, and it's heavily implied that there is a massive Rogue AI that will cross over to our side during the invasion. The evil Delamain car tells us this. The autonomous artificial intelligent car clearly states that there will be a deal to be made, but not with us, hinting at the fact that something much more powerful is on its way. And when it gets here, different smaller AIs will have to bow down to it in order to survive. Whether this will be Lilith or the Black Wall or something else, we don't know. Time to wrap up here, guys. Of course, if you have any thoughts on this theory, make sure to drop a comment down below. That has been it for today. Thank you guys for sticking with this to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.